Friends, today we are going to touch upon something called as the research methodology. Now, what do I mean by research methodology? Research methodology is a method by which you are able to research the topic on which you are going to write the story. So, research is the heart of any fiction. Before one begins scripting the story on a paper or a Word document, one needs to research the topic or the content that would be penned down. Pen down what? Pen down what you are aware about, what you really know, what you are aware about. Research within yourself and also outside of you. Now, research is a very important aspect of writing your own book. Here, I must say that you've got to write either your own idea or someone else's idea, which you've learned through your experience based on which a story is being built within you. For example, when I wrote my novel, I expected the monsoons and the aspect of getting adversely affected during monsoons. Something which one can say with certainty, a story building within you during an adversity or a calamity. Now you can cash on this idea, isn't it? I did exactly that. I cashed on this idea. Something which I was aware about. I was aware of. Monsoons in reality, is a wonderful time. Isn't it, friends? It's a wonderful time. We all as children have loved the rains and we eagerly awaiting to get drenched in the rains then. The situation is no different even now. So, the important aspect is about how to, get this aspect of rains inculcated into the novel. As I did it, I would say about my own process, how I did this rain aspect. So, what is the difference now and what was the difference then? Rain comes now as an adversity, isn't it? Because of climate change. So that's what I had penned down in my novel. So that's how I took upon this adversity aspect into my novel. It's a reality today. For now, it's come with a different reality, I would say. The reality of adversity because of global warming and climate change and things like that. So you got to look at characters in that context. You see, the pertinent aspect here is that we all have a reality of attending our occupational situation. Now, each person's occupational situation would be certainly different, isn't it? There is a contrasting situation. The adversity can be looked at differently as we cannot run away from the situation. More so, each person's occupation is different. For example, corporate office, factory, refinery, a branch office, a clinic, a hospital, a hotel industry, etc. Just to give a few examples here. How do we use characters in such a situation? Number one is we've got to think of our characters in depth. Now, what do I mean by this? Each character has a personality of its own plus an independent conflict. So, we've got to do a SWOT of the characters, the strengths, the opportunities, the weaknesses and the threats. We've got to identify all these aspects in the minutest detail like which makes the sum total of a personality. Include the elements in your characters, define the characters in depth. For example, how he or she looks, traits of the person, the dress sense of the person, the tastes of the person, habits, fears, aspirations, ambitions, dialogue, methods, abilities of listening. Imagine these aspects and put on paper. These are factors in the writer's control. These are in our control. This is in the writer's control. Now, factors which need extensive research are places, institutions, visiting these places and understanding the topography, because you'd love to present them to your readers in the story, your chosen plot, or in the sequence. You may use different places at different times or under varying circumstances or varying conditions, I would say. The cultures and peoples are varied in varied places. The aspects needs to be carefully researched and then articulated. It is also up to your imagination to present them, because they are your own characters. You identify yourself with your characters. Only then others will be able to identify with your characters. So it's imperative that you identify the characters prima facie, you identify your own characters. Then others will be able to identify those characters. So that's an important aspect. The cultures of people, as I said, are different, various places. The aspect needs to be carefully researched and then articulated. The third point is check out outside research of other authors. You've narrated these places in depth. All those other authors who have narrated the same places which you have been researching in depth. So you get a real insight into what they have also looked at, and it becomes an important and a very elemental thing in your research aspect. This is a good way to research. Examining how these places people are being used, seeking help from people who have been to these places and other aspect. That can be a good guide. You can ask them what exactly, how these places are, how they look. If there are some pictures, you can pick up some pictures from them and try to understand and ideate on them, and use your creativity. Now, you've got to place these research aspects in your novel in a way that is your own. It is not something which is just picked up from there and been put. It should be your own. So these are some of the aspects which I wanted to discuss in this episode, and I think as we go ahead we will be talking more about other things. So those who have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, and please give comments. That's very important. And also look at my other channel which is there about nature and meditation music. So those are given in below my description. So have a look at it. Thank you.